Hey guys, so today's video is going to be replacing a socket on a string of LED mini lights. So I've got these lights around my garage and I made some PVC frames that just fit inside the brick. I do have some zip tie mounts at various spots that is attached to the trim here, and it just holds the pipe in place. A couple weeks ago, I guess the adhesive had started to fail. It was a very windy day, and I don't know if the wind was just hitting it too much or what, but this entire frame of lights had fallen into the driveway, and one of the sockets actually broke off. So I've got the lights powered up right now, and it goes to about right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Right here, that way over is still lit. From here, this way is not lit, and it's because I've got right up here, there is one socket that is broken. Let me get you in closer to that. Okay, so you can see I'm lit up to here. That green one's on. This red one is the first one that's off. And all of these up to here and on down the line are not on. And you can see this particular, where this bulb would have been, is broken. The actual socket broke off. And so since we're not getting power through this LED, none of the rest of these are lit. So if I were to touch these, it's not picking up very good there. You can see that blue one's on now. So that's the issue. So I've got some leftover spare from when I actually shortened this string so it fit perfectly around my garage door. I've actually got a video on that, and I'll post it up there in whichever corner it's in. How you can shorten an LED light string to be a custom fit for whatever opening or whatever you're needing to use it on. But because of that, I've got some spares, and I'm going to show you how I get these sockets off and then put it back, replace that. Okay, so here's the end of my spare set, and the socket that broke was actually between a blue and a yellow, and these are all repeating color patterns, so it would be an orange bulb. You don't necessarily have to use that particular socket. If you wanted to keep the color pattern, you could just swap the bulbs with an orange bulb. So I'm going to put it like this. This is the direction that the lights on the house go. It's red, blue, orange, then yellow. And so we need to pay attention to the little tab on the bulb. So because these are LEDs, they'll only let electricity flow through one direction. It's a diode, so if we put this in backwards, it's not going to work. So we want to pay attention to what side this little tab is on, because if you pull this out, you can see the bulb, one contact is higher than the other. So that's determined by how the wires go into the socket. Looking at my string up there, we're good. The tab needs to be pointed to the left, and the bulb is going to fit in how it needs to be. So to get these out, I don't know if we'll be able to get this in there. So you can see the little metal contact in there, a little shiny spot, and they just fit down in like a little channel. But they kind of pop in there, and then that way they won't push out and they can't pull out. And so you need something long and skinny to go up on the inside of this wire to kind of remove that release. So part of my everyday carry, I've got my wallet, all my cards in it. I also carry a bunch of these T-pins. These are perfect for things like this. They're also great if you need to check voltages. You can stick this down in a connector and then hook your voltmeter lead to it. Anything you might need a little skinny tool for. So we know our tab needs to be to the left, but I'm just going to slide this up. It's hard to do this looking through the camera. Slide it up inside, and hopefully you can see that the pin is between the wall of the socket and the little metal contact, little brass contact, and then the whole contact should slide up, and once it's out of that channel, you can just pull it out. Now you probably need a pair of pliers or something to flatten this back out for reinstalling. Because I'm just using the socket, and the ones up there that are broken, the socket broke off and didn't deform these, it won't be an issue. So I'll come in and do the other one the same way. Slide it up between the wall of the socket into the contact, and then I can just push this, push it out the top, bring it back out the bottom. So now I've got a socket and a bulb that can get hooked back to the main string. Okay, so my tripod's not quite tall enough to reach all the way up here, but we've got the socket. We need this tab pointed that way. And so I've got my light string unplugged, so I don't have any voltage going through here. And I've got this pretty close to a zip tie, but I think I can slide it over. So these little tabs, I'll show you on the spare wire. So these little tabs, you can see they've kind of got a flat side over here, and then this side is kind of where the wire crimps into it. And these wires need to be towards the middle. They're going to face each other, and like so. And the flat part of the connector will be touching the wall of the socket. So it's helpful to get these wires nice and straight before you try sliding everything together. And if this was on the ground, it'd be much easier to do. And a little small screwdriver might come in handy too. But you just want to slide those little wings. Okay, so there's one. I'm just going to cut that zip tie. There we go. So I've got the socket in there properly. And now I can put my mold in. And then we'll see if it lights up. I'm going to plug them in. And there we go. So I don't know if you can see, but they are on. Our socket is replaced. Need to get another zip tie to hold that up. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for this one. Cheap, easy way to repair or replace a broken socket on a set of mini LED Christmas lights. These lights they're not super expensive, but they're not super cheap if you got to replace them every year. So it's best to keep them going as long as you can. If you like what I do, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down there. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Again, I'll post the link to the video on how to shorten Christmas light string up here. And until next time, we'll see you later.